Hi guys, welcome to another At Home with Mr. Darenster. And wow, that would be the type of episode that we'd be introducing new guests. And this is going to be fun to look at. We have a brand new guest appearance. Welcome, Jamie.
Hi, Darren.
It's good to see you.
And you, yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's just nice that you invited me to some of your stuff, so I'd seen it only fair to invite you to this one.
Yeah.
So have you been since we last saw each other?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, the lockdown situation at the moment's a bit odd, so you can't quite. I don't know. You haven't. It hasn't quite been as normal as perhaps it would have normally been. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's been a bit weird.
I tell you now, this lockdown has driven me crazy.
Yes.
Driven me absolutely bonkers. I mean, I hadn't left the house for 2 months, and it just drove me round the bend.
Yeah, I mean, we are starting to come out the other side of it, but I do still believe that there will be a spike afterwards.
I think you're right. Good to see you, Wendy.
Hello, my lovely. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I'd like to introduce you to someone. So the person on my top left-hand corner is Jamie.
Hi there.
And Jamie, this is one of my cousins.
Oh, hi there.
Jamie did South Waves Radio.
Yeah, a few years ago.
I had the honour to take part in one of his podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
There's a problem with my microphone. I can see, Jamie, that you would be something to do with video because I see all your equipment there, and that looks highly technical.
I didn't even know anything was in shot. Oh yeah, I have got a mic here. Yeah, because I have to go in about 20 minutes because I've got an interview, so I've had to set this up. Yeah, my wife's around here somewhere. There we are.
I'm proud of you, Jamie.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Auntie Jenny, a moment. I'm just going to mute myself for a moment.
Okay.
Okay. She hung up.
Oh.
Maybe she's having some problems.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Last time I had a meeting like this, I ended up with a blue screen of death. That wasn't fun.
Technology, Darren, eh?
Yeah. Good job it never happened while I was in the middle of doing Yakka's World. Which reminds me, how many countries do you think I mentioned last week? Like last time I did Yakka's World?
Well, you sang that song, didn't you?
And that's what I'm all about.
I'm just trying to remember. It was 100 and... I don't remember the exact number, but it was insane that you remembered that all.
158.
Yeah.
Because my dad had asked me how many countries were there, and I just worked it out. And I know there was 158. But of course, I counted 2 for Czechoslovakia because it's split.
Yeah.
And didn't count Dahomey because that's now Benin. And never counted Transylvania because that's in Romania. But we've got my aunt and uncle joining us.
Geography.
So, Jamie, you get to meet some more of my family members.
Oh, well, that'll be nice.
Good to see you, Uncle Ken.
It's all right. Normally takes a while for it to connect. My experience of this thing.
Sounds about right, Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see. Hi, Dad. There's Uncle Ken, Darren.
Yeah, good to see you, Uncle Ken.
Yeah, we had a bit of trouble getting in, but we're there now.
Yeah, it's so good. I'd like to introduce you to one of my friends. It's a brand new guest appearance. And it's Jamie Dyer.
Yeah. Hi.
Good evening, Jamie.
Good evening.
And I was on I did one of his podcasts with him when he did South Waves Radio. And I tell you what, it was an honour.
That was about 4 years ago. I want to say 4 years ago. Yes.
It was 4 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah. Lots happened since then.
Yeah. He did the honourable thing and got married for one thing.
I've got headphones on. Watch out. Oh, you're right. Good.
So what's the interview you're going to be doing, Jamie?
Let's see. Well, I'm doing an interview at 8 o'clock for. I do a fan podcast for the band Status Quo, so I'm interviewing a fan, which is basically what I do for that one each week. So yeah, it's not usually about 15-20 minutes doing that.
Status Quo, that's quite a thing.
I know, I'm
Are they
30
still
years
going?
old. Yeah, they are still going. Yeah, I'm 30 years old. I've been a fan since I was about 7, and it was my dad that introduced me to them. And to be honest, I'd almost say that I'm a bigger fan than he is. So, so yeah.
There you go, Dad.
It's just like me and being a fan of you too. I started liking them since I was 6, and I'm still a huge fan of them now, and I'm 31.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have many interests, many sort of podcasts and things that I present and produce, mainly just to pass the time. Really, a lot of them started during lockdown, simply to pass the time, because my wife has been home from work because she's 5 months pregnant and been sort of shielding. So we've just sort of been here and producing things to pass the time.
It's a nice thing.
You won't be saying that when the baby's born. You won't need anything to pass the time.
No, that's right.
So you're looking forward to being a dad?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's taken a while to get used to the idea, but we've got about 4 months, I think, and it's due in late September. So got a little bit more time for it to sink in, and hopefully we'll be able to go outside by then.
I know one thing though, Jamie. You're going to be brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
You're going to be a brilliant father.
Thank you.
And you know that.
Darren, where's James tonight?
He's decided that he's going to join me every other episode.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. He has his own things, doesn't he, that
absolutely.
he does?
So yeah, he's going to join me every other episode. Hopefully it's not just going to be the 4 of us.
I don't know.
Although I have hosted a few of these Zoom meeting things, and I usually find that 4 is the optimum number. It gets a little bit more manic when there are more people taking part.
Who's this chat then?
Good to see you, Auntie Jenny.
Hello, Darren.
Hi, Mum.
So this is Jamie. I've known him from a former friend of mine from college. The former friend of mine fell out when I refused to miss church.
Yeah, we met at a birthday party of a mutual friend, I think, when I lived in Rustington, and I turned up at it randomly. They invited me for some reason, and yeah, we met there, and we've done a few things together, haven't we, Darren? So
we have.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. New friends.
Absolutely.
Rustington's a lovely area.
Oh, I agree with you there, Wendy. I've been through there many a times.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Bognor Regis these days by the sea, so I think I prefer it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just trying to think. So there was one area along that around the Worthing area, which was branded as the grimmest stop in the south by its locals in 2006. I think you know which one I'm on about.
Was that Goring?
So one next to it.
Right. Okay.
So it would have
I
been
only know that because when I did the podcast with you,
yeah,
that's what you told me.
Darenster on Sea.
Yes.
I've been past there and not really much has changed.
I think most places are like that, really. Nothing changes much.
But the time before that I went, all the shops were gone and it was just grim.
Yeah.
there's lots of shops gone everywhere, Darren, isn't there now?
Yeah, I'm talking 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, but you're right though. There are loads of shops that are closing. Some of them due to this lockdown, and some were just going anyway because of the changing tide.
Yeah, all on.
Yes. We've frozen.
Yeah,
I don't know if everyone
oh,
Here we are.
oh,
else is having this, but I'm having a.
We had trouble logging on.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's all a bit funny, isn't it, Darren?
yeah.
I think it must be the weather.
Yeah,
Thunder in the air.
sounds about right.
Yeah, we had trouble getting on tonight, love. And
Yeah,
I tried to
call me on. That's why you tried to call me on Facebook earlier.
Yeah, that's me because I was having a bit of nightmare getting the password. It just kept going round and round in circles and things.
But you're here now, and that's all that matters.
We are here. So is there anybody else joining us tonight, Darren?
I don't know. I've invited the sisters, but it was probably like a last-minute thing. So I'm just going to check. Yeah, there's only 4 of us.
Well, sometimes the sisters are busy, aren't they?
You know, when I first started, there was 10 of us.
Pardon?
When I first started this, there was 10 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably as well, people with the lockdown at the moment are invited to so many with family and friends and groups that they belong to. It's so hard to, you could almost spend your whole life in the evenings on Zoom calls.
Yeah,
I think it gets difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you something.
Oh, what's
very
that?
nice.
It's that meat and vegetable pie I cooked earlier.
Very nice.
You're
That's
going to eat that in a minute.
What's that right, Wendy? Sorry?
You're going to eat that in a minute.
I shall probably eat it once this is finished.
Yeah, good. Get some
Really
food
tummy
in.
up.
What's that, asked Jenny?
I say, fill your old tummy up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I intend to do. My freezer's going down nicely, which is a good thing because I need to get it defrosted.
Yeah, that's good.
There was something that I wanted to, I was looking at earlier, which I was going to buy myself. That was it. And Wendy knows about this because I'd already discussed it with her the other day.
Yeah.
But I was going to, I was looking at memory sticks on Amazon because my one is starting to fail.
Oh dear.
And I was looking at one which you could then plug into your iPad as well.
Yeah.
And I found one for, it's a 4-in-1. It would have cost 40 quid.
Oh dear. Yeah.
It's 128 gigabytes, so it's actually good.
Yeah.
It's a good price for that size.
We're going to look at it, aren't we, Darren, when we finish this part of the project?
Yeah,
that
but
we're
I'm
on.
going to look at buying that one myself.
Okay.
My only concern with that would be the bigger it is, surely the more likely it is to fail. That's my only concern about that, really. I don't know. It just doesn't seem natural to me that 128 gigabytes could be in a memory stick.
Oh, you've got 256 gigabytes ones as well.
That's just scary.
It is. I remember the days when it was 128 megabytes.
I remember.
You know, used to put all my college work on it.
Yeah, I remember the very first MP3 player my mum got me was 64 megabytes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Around the same time now 64 came out.
Forgive me for my ignorance, because Darren and Jamie, I'm sure you're going to tell me the answer is wrong. But would a D drive that you plug in and download things onto not be safer, or are they two different ways of storing things?
There are two different methods of storage, Wendy. Normally, when you look at
I didn't know that.
they're two different types of storage. So when you look at your computer, Wendy, you see that your hard drive is always given the letter C.
Yeah.
It's always the main one's always C drive. The D drive is normally reserved by your DVD-ROM.
See, I'm lost already.
But if you buy if you buy a plug-in D drive, a plug-in D drive, like
what you're talking about is an external hard drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally would prefer that. I'm not an expert on it. Darren knows much more about it than me, but certainly for me as a layman user, that seems more safe to me. You know, especially for precious documents.
Because I have one and it's password protected.
Yeah.
So I just download everything I want to keep forever on there. Say it again, Darren?
We have a new guest appearance, and it'll be a friend of mine from church.
Oh, nice.
Emily Clare. Good to see you, Emily Clare.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh, hello.
Hi there.
Good to see you. Two of my family members, my cousin and my aunt, they're slightly above you.
And this guy is a friend who we met at a birthday party about 6 years ago.
Yeah. And but you not introducing yourself by your actual name, Jamie, is diabolical.
Well, very
Unintended,
good,
Jamie.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Oh dear.
How long did it take you to come up with that one?
I just had to come up with that.
Oh dear.
You know I like you really, Jamie. You're a brilliant person.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Oh.
So how long do we think this lockdown is going to go on for? Until we're able to be set free from the cages of home?
Getting there eventually.
Yeah, they're starting to lift things now, but I personally think it will take a while, and eventually we'll have a second spike.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's going to happen.
Mum works in the hospital, Jamie. Mum works in QA.
Right.
So Mum does not want any second spike. She did the first one. It was bad enough.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
You did a fantastic job of the first one, aren't you, Jenny?
She did. But I saw what it did to her. I don't want her to go through that again.
No.
I was a bit tired.
He was absolutely cream crackered.
I was, Darren.
Yeah. So
it's all right now.
what did you make of the clap for the NHS thing then?
I didn't really, because it didn't really happen down my area. It didn't really happen in my area.
Oh, really? That's it happened around here. I thought it was just fun, like as a community, sort of like
Yeah.
have something going on that we're all doing together that feels nice. Because otherwise, it's just, because as much as it's like, oh, well, these people have been doing this for ages and they should have been getting recognition anyway enough, but not like to this level because they're old. Everybody that does their job is just doing the job anyway. But I think that's a bit cynical in a way, because I think anything that kind of brings the community together is a good thing.
Yes, it makes you feel very humble as well, because first night that everybody did the clapping, my neighbour across the road knocked on the kitchen window and said, "Come outside." So I went outside, and everybody started banging the saucepan lids and cheering and hanging out the windows, and there were trumpets and cymbals, there were bagpipes. What else was there? Fireworks,
Yeah.
and the hooters from because we're not far from where the ships are, so they had all the fireworks going.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was horrendous, the noise.
It was just an emotional moment for you though, Mum, wasn't it? Because you'd worked and all night at the hospital and just got out of bed, and so it was quite emotional.
Yeah, it was a bit, but it's all better. It's better there now.
You deserved it, Aunt Jenny. You really do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well done.
No second spikes allowed, okay? That person who said that.
We're very proud of her, Darren, aren't we?
Oh, definitely. Couldn't be more proud of. I couldn't be more
And
proud
lots of
of.
yeah, and everybody else, because everybody worked so hard.
Yeah.
Jess, my younger sister also works on the front line.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
she is, isn't she?
So I just I just want to take the time just to say how proud I am of both of you, really.
Oh, excuse me.
You know, we feel the same way, Darren.
Yeah.
You're brave as well, Darren, because you're like all the people like yourself that have had to stay in the house for months, and it must drive people crazy because they can't go out and they can't do this and they can't do their shopping, and that, that is awful for you and everybody else, and you cope so well, don't you?
Well, I might be calm and collective on the outside, but believe me, on the inside, I'm an absolute wreck.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
Yeah,
but
that's what it always is. Really, you can't see that kind of thing. Yeah.
No. And I just, I also then mentioned that my older sister said to me, once this is all blown over, I'll be the first person they see.
Yeah, you'll be out.
I've got my two other brothers. Stephen's keeping himself safe, but Donna was saying to me a while back that David's not been keeping himself safe. He's going out every day without masks and everything. And Donna said she's not going to see him for a while.
No.
He's not been keeping himself safe.
That's silly.
Whereas I've been doing my best.
Darren, you've done amazing well. You really have.
From what I've seen, because he often posts pictures of his dinner and what he's doing around the house, and even I'm impressed. Some of that I wouldn't even be able to do. So yeah, well done, Darren.
Thank you. I tell you now, Jamie, most of those things that I've posted up dishes wise, they just came at the spur of the moment.
Thought you were going to say they were your third or fourth attempt.
No, they just came at the spur of the moment. So I just thought about it and I thought, I really want to do it.
Yeah, it's been interesting that we've had a lot of extra time. A lot of people have got quite bored and stuff, but because before lockdown I was quite stressed all the time. I was worried about not having enough time for things. And actually, it's been quite a nice, relaxing time for me in a way. And just having time to do things and to take the time to be like, I can be the one to cook dinner today, and taking time to try stuff that I wouldn't have done before, like just this Sunday gone, I had an attempt at I basically wrote a little mini play thing, the first part of it, because I've got 4 more parts to it left.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to stop you for a moment because it's 5 minutes to 8, and one of us has got something else planned in 5 minutes' time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was listening to Emily Clare so so closely that I forgot what the time was.
So I'm not trying to get rid of you, Jamie.
No, that's all right. Good luck on writing the play. I do a little bit of playwriting myself. Nice to meet all of you. And yeah, please invite me again, Darren, if you so wish to.
Yeah, I definitely will, Jamie. You'll be invited to the next one.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and I'll see you all later.
Looking forward to it, Jamie. Take care.
Jamie.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
What a nice man. He's very nice, Darren.
I've known him for 6 years, and we were when I was doing the podcast stuff with when I was a guest on South Waves Radio. He got me talking about my podcasts. So I was on Series 22 at the time. Now I'm on Series 33. And then he got me talking about the Now albums, and it was just I absolutely enjoyed it.
Yeah, he's very nice. You can see that.
You got a wife then, Darren?
I haven't, but Jamie has.
He's pregnant, Mum.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
Well,
no,
yeah,
his
the
wife
baby.
is.
Yeah, December baby, end of December baby.
Oh,
really?
That might be Christmas Day. Oh my.
I think he's a little bit worried about it. I think he feels a bit overwhelmed by it all at the moment.
I'm not surprised.
really?
He might be a first-time dad.
Yeah.
Mum, you need to
Personally, I think he's going to be brilliant.
your computer. All we can see is your glasses.
Yeah, that's okay, because what happened was I was downstairs and it said battery was running low, so the battery was down. Obviously, I had to plug it in up here, but the seat's a bit lower down here, so I'm just like, just me.
Move the screen of the computer.
Eh?
Move the screen of the laptop so I can see all of you.
No, I can't move the lid because the screws have all fallen out and the screen is coming to pieces, so we can't.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I know, so we can't.
What happened?
I don't know. It just all fell apart. So we're waiting for the unlock down so that we can take it to the repair shop and just. Oh my God! So we have to look after it with kid gloves at the moment. So I'm sorry, guys. Cover the glass as it is.
You've got a
It's
very
still
pretty
amazing,
nose,
Jenny.
Thank you. Pardon?
I said you've got a very pretty nose. So Emily, tell us a bit more about this play.
Well, I basically during college I was I took music as one of my A levels, and as part of it I had to have an instrument to play or my voice to sing, and I at first I started with the violin because I hadn't as the main instrument in terms of the one that I would have used for the A level, because I hadn't actually taken singing lessons, so I didn't know if it would be to the level that it was meant to be. But then going through the first year, I was like, I definitely need singing to be the first one, because I was a lot better at that than the violin, partially because violin actually caused me a lot of shoulder pain that meant that I didn't really want to practice as much, because especially since I was worried about a lot of about my other A levels, basically, as well as that. I think that A level was the toughest on me, until I realised that it could have been a lot better. But anyway, so I learned a lot of songs during that time, and yeah, so basically I decided to use all of the songs to so that I could just have a go at performing them to my grandparents, who I'm living with at the moment for lockdown. And so I decided to try to make them into a narrative sort of line, so it kind of made sense together. And so I split them into I put them all in order, and I split them into parts, so that it wasn't all massive long thing. And so this first part, I actually wrote the narration bit, the narrator's lines, in a day or two, I think. So
Wow.
it was kind of like just about like, and I think I actually even forgot that to account for another song. I think it's because I added one. Oh no, that shouldn't have been it, because I had put them all the songs in order, and then at the last minute I decided to add one that was supposed to be at the last song to be one in the first group. So that shouldn't have had anything to do with it, because I wrote this thing at the last minute, and then I practiced a little bit plucking on the violin, doing a pizzicato thing. I practiced that just the day before, and I as much as I was able to do it, by the end of all the practicing, because I hadn't done sustained practicing, it was kind of awful in terms of that part, but it was like, well, do what you can with what you got, right?
Yeah.
So then we recorded it.
Sounds
And
incredible.
since it was my first shot at that kind of thing anyway, it was, it was a good experience.
Well done, you.
I wouldn't have tried.
That's not something I would have taken on. And what about you, Darren?
Oh, me, I just, I wrote a selection of hymns a while back. So I'm talking 10, 12 years ago at this point. And with the fairly recent purchase of Melody Assistant, I've managed to turn them into little 4-part arrangements.
Oh, nice.
Oh, clever.
But now I just mainly use that to do the teach tracks for our church.
Nice.
I could sing Bar Bar Black Sheep. Does that count?
That's if I could add parts to it. And believe it or not, I was able to add a second part to the Wheels on the Bus.
Oh,
So
the Wheels on
then I then took that and turned it into a little duet.
Oh, cute. Yeah, you can turn any melody into something that has as many parts as you want, really, I guess.
I mean, look at what happened with Oliver. I sing with Folks in Harmony, and we do something called the Oliver Medley. And one of our music directors has Harmony Assistant, and he's the brains behind our rep. So he's come up with a 4-part arrangement of Consider Yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. He's also come up with a 4-part arrangement of a little medley. But he's done more than just that. He also, do you remember the song by Ronan Keating, When You Say Nothing at All?
Oh, it's a lovely song.
He managed to make a 4-part barbershop arrangement of that.
Oh, nice.
And I had the honour of singing it.
I love that song.
I was a barbershop tenor for a while. Which is unsurprising for you, Wendy.
Yeah, it's not a surprise.
It surprised a few members of folks when they found out that I went for barbershop tenor.
Oh, yeah.
You have an amazing tenor voice, you really do.
Yeah.
Although in the
surprising how low you go.
Although in the case of Harbour, I then used my alto voice. Because there's no tenor part. So I then used my alto voice for that.
Nice. Yeah, because it's surprising how... Yeah, it's surprising how different your singing voice can be to your speaking voice. Because, like, for me, I think that my speaking voice is kind of low for a female generally. Like, I don't know, I feel that it's kind of, it's lower than some, I guess. But I have quite a high soprano to also quite low sort of, I can reach most tenor notes sometimes, like, probably not to the nicest quality, but, you know, but I have quite I suppose the better part of my range is actually quite high.
So probably
but it's also quite
soprano.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was looking over, because we're running out of time. I went over the hymn "Abide with Me."
Oh, that's a lovely hymn.
And I was just wondering what would happen, because it's normally in E flat. And I was just wondering what would then happen if I then put it up a tone to F. So if I give you a particular tenor line, I don't even need the music because I know it. So for example, let me just go and get my pitch pipe.
It's off.
I'm off. I'm just going to get my pitch pipe.
You come back.
I always rely on these. This is what you call a pitch pipe.
Okay.
Oh, it's a good looking one.
So I'm just going to blow an E flat. When other helpers fail and comforts flee. That's in E flat. But then when you do this, you then go, when other helpers fail and comforts flee. And it's just incredible what you can do with music.
Oh, it really is.
So what do you think of that?
It really is.
Sorry?
What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, it's interesting because it just made me think about how some people have perfect pitch and how having perfect pitch can change the way that you experience music, and how it can actually be more difficult to transpose music like you just did then, because to them any one different note sounds distinctly different from all the others, just like the way we see colors. Like I'll see green and I'll know it's green, and there's no mistaking it's green because it's obvious.
I'm colourblind. Just one quick question before we go, because we've got less than a minute left. Do you think I'm pitch perfect? Any one of you? Do you think I'm pitch perfect?
I think you've got an amazing voice, Darren.
Okay.
You're lovely.
Thank you. Right, I'm going to have to make a move now because we are less than a minute. But I would like to say join us in the next episode, because
We will.
it's going to be loads of fun. But until then, this is Mr. Darenster signing off. Adios, amigos, and we'll stay in touch.